Adieu! Bienvenue à ce nouvel épisode de votre événement drag queen local préféré, j'ai nommé Dragateloise. Notre invité aujourd'hui ne parle malheureusement pas français, mais ne vous inquiétez pas, il vous suffit d'activer les sous-titres de la vidéo et vous recevrez une traduction en français rien que pour vous. Notre prochaine invitée n'est pas seulement politique, mais aussi en politique. Oui, c'est une activiste. Elle travaille fort pour promouvoir le body positivisme. Elle est incroyable. Je vous demande d'accueillir la succulente, la merveilleuse, la grosse, ma sœur, l'incroyable Rebelle. Hello, Rebelle. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Alyssa.
I just would like you to present yourself and to tell us how you started drag.
So, hi everyone. I am Rebelle. I'm from Zurich. I discovered drag by seeing some fierce queens, and somehow the magic of drag just got me. I just wanted to do this myself. But then some friends of mine, they told me I can do it. One friend of mine did my makeup, and so I decided to start.
You are what we called a bio queen. Can you tell us what it is and why there's nothing wrong about that?
So there's a few different words for some call it bio queen, some call it AFAB, and there are also words like faux queen or hyper queen. AFAB means assigned female at birth. This can be women doing drag, but it can also be non-binary people doing drag. Actually, it just means that I am a woman, present myself as a drag queen.
You're also political yourself in your drag, but you're also in politics. Can you tell us what you are doing in politics and why did you get into politics?
So I am part of the Young Socialists for about 9 years now. I fight against discrimination on every level. I fight for equality of women, equality of queer people. I think that's the main thing I'm fighting for. And I'm also anti-capitalist because capitalist system, it just doesn't work. It really just doesn't work.
During the show, when you were at Dragateloise, there was this kind of controversy about the fact that I called you fat and that you wanted to be called fat. Can you tell us more about that?
Maybe for the people watching, it's important that before Dragateloise, we had this conversation, you and me, that you wanted to use another word because that was rude. To me, as a body positivity activist, as a fat activist, it's important to reclaim this word because actually it's not a bad word. It's just a way to describe the body. Using that word for ourselves is pretty much part of our fight. I don't use this word for other people if I don't know they are fine with it because a lot of people don't like it because it's still seen as rude.
So I would like to talk about the performances that you brought at Dragateloise the first time. So the first one was about politics. Can you tell us more about it?
So my first performance was about bio queens, representing the women that do drag. That's why I brought all those pictures of those fierce queens, because I wanted to show the audience that I'm not the only woman doing drag. I might be one of the only ones in Switzerland, not the only one, but one of the only ones. On an international level, I'm by far not the only one. And there are countries where there are so many women being drag queens because they're accepted and encouraged to do. So that's why I wanted to show this to the audience of Dragateloise. When I chose those pictures, it was also important for me to show not only cis women. That's why I also included trans women because they are women doing drag, women being drag queens, because it's also very important to me.
And for the second performances that you gave, which is really, really powerful, and it's about feminists and more precisely about feminicide. Can you tell us more about that?
Feminicide, it is a big problem. As I said during the show, every 14 days, a woman is killed by a man in Switzerland. In other countries, of course, so that number is a lot higher. You know, often those acts of violence, they happen in like relationships or families or friendships and are often seen as like relationship drama or a husband freaking out because he has a lot of stress at work, whatever. And only few people realize that's not only a problem of violence, it's a patriarchy problem. With men killing women, it's a patriarchy patriarchy problem. I also want to show people that feminism is not only about equal payment. It's not only about inclusive language. We are literally fighting for our lives. Like we are literally, us women, we're literally fighting not to be killed by men just because we are women. So that's what I wanted to like show in this number. And I also wanted it to be like very, very dramatic, very dark, so people realize how serious the topic is. I also wanted to like show that we're fighting. That's why I included the blood.
I want also to thank you because you did your speech in French. That was really hard for you, so I want to thank you for that. It wasn't too hard.
I thought it was going to be hard because my French isn't very good. And I knew I was going to be nervous, but then I just practiced those words over and over again. And I practiced them backstage with Andrea. But when I was on stage, it wasn't that hard anymore. I think it was because I was so emotional and I didn't care about pronouncing every word right. I just wanted the audience to understand me. And I think they did. I was really nervous about that. I think it was also a great way to connect with the audience.
Speaking of audiences, how did you find the audience in Neuchâtel?
The audience was great. So first of all, I loved that there were so many drag queens that were like in drag to go to an event. I loved meeting so many new queens. What I also loved was that it wasn't like the typical gay club audience. Like there were straight people, there were older people, there were so many women. I mean, I like that. It was just like the whole mood of the event was so cool. It was so calm. It was just very welcoming.
Okay, so thank you a lot, Rebel, and hopefully we can see you soon. Where can we find you online? Here's better. Yes, now it's okay.
It works?
Yes.
So you can find me on Instagram. My username is XRayBell. And you can also find me on TikTok on the same username.
Okay, so thank you a lot, Rebel, and hopefully we're gonna see you soon. Bye bye! Et voilà, c'est déjà terminé. Merci beaucoup d'avoir regardé cette vidéo. On se retrouve tout bientôt pour un nouvel épisode. Bye bye! Et alors, qu'est-ce que tu attends pour lâcher un pouce bleu, un commentaire et t'abonner et regarder l'épisode précédent? Qu'attends-tu? Mais qu'attends-tu? Je te vois, vas-y, je te vois. Vas-y, fais-le, maintenant. Tu prends ta souris, tu cliques. Voilà, où tu veux, et tu cliques. Pas sur le pouce rouge!